morning, Braves. This is the Manalapan High School Bravecast, your weekly news program showcasing everything Manalapan High School. And now, here are your news anchors.
Good morning, Manalapan High School. Today's Friday, April 25th. I'm Jamie Gazinski.
And I'm Aaron Chikorsky. Welcome back to the Bravecast. We would like to start this broadcast by announcing that our Bravecast team had won 2 national awards.
To start, we won the Play of the Year award with Evan Zaretzi's commentary.
The play itself was during our homecoming game when quarterback Ryan Doherty threw the ball to Anthony Hamill in the end zone, resulting in the game-winning 2-point conversion for Manalapan.
We can't forget all the hard work that went behind the scenes to live stream these football games.
Now moving on to our second event of the year, we won the coverage for our annual FRHSD Spooktacular window painting event.
Anchored by Jenny Patzer, this segment highlights the effort that went into creating amazing Halloween-themed paintings by our Braves.
I don't know about you, Jamie, but I am so proud of all of the work we put in behind the scenes to produce this live broadcast for our school community every Friday.
I couldn't agree more, Aaron. And now, Braves, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance led by 3 members of the Cancer Awareness Club here at Manalapan.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
The Cancer Awareness Club is holding a fundraiser to collect comfort items for patients undergoing chemotherapy at Central State Medical Center.
In addition, we will also be collecting monetary donations for a fellow senior Brave who is battling cancer.
All money raised will go towards his treatment. We will be outside the cafeteria and auditorium from April 23rd to May 2nd.
Any amount collected will be very much appreciated.
Thanks, guys. Some of the items you can donate include coloring books, playing cards, chapstick, and warm socks.
Be sure to donate if you can. Now moving over to some student highlights, starting with India Bray and Matthew Baglio.
India and Matthew are amazing Braves here at Manalapan. They are always very polite towards their teachers and classmates alike.
Wow, Aaron, these sound like some amazing Braves. Another Brave we would like to highlight is Juliana Siaffi.
Juliana found money in school and turned it into the main office. They were able to find the rightful owner.
Actions like these really contribute to our school's culture of respect. Moving over to some events, next Thursday, May 1st, is National College Decision Day.
Next Thursday, be sure to wear your college, trade school, military, or career apparel, as our Bravecast crew will be on the lookout for both seniors and staff members to interview you about your college decision.
Also, Freehold High School will host the annual FRHSD Career Job Fair next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m.
Representatives from large corporations, local businesses, law enforcement, armed forces, unions, technical schools, and the Monmouth County Vocational Schools post-secondary programs will be in attendance to meet students and future employees.
If interested, please contact your school counselor for more details. And now, Braves, this past Wednesday, Stephen Russo and Tyler Smythe filmed the weekly Bravecast Sports Report.
Stephen Russo joined by Tyler Smythe outside Manalapan High School. And ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the future of the Manalapan Sport Report right here. Kid's a freshman. He's already stealing everyone's job, basically. I'm just kidding around with you. Great to have you on. And let's get right into our Manalapan Sport Report. We start off with boys lacrosse as they had themselves a nice spring break. They picked up 2 wins, a 5-4 win against Middletown South and an absolute drubbing over Colts Neck 12-4. And the seniors led the way in that Colts Neck win.
Yeah, Matt Avivi and Jake Schatz both scored 3 goals in that game.
You know, it's interesting. You're looking at it from last year. They had a very successful year last year, 13 wins. And a big part of that was Matt Avivi leading the way with his goal scoring. Schatz also had a good year. But if you look at their record right now, they're not on the same pace they were to start the year last year to get to that 13-win mark. But if these guys start scoring like this, that could change.
Yeah, if they keep scoring those 3 goals a game, especially since they're seniors, they're really encourage the younger guys and lead by example.
And speaking of leading by example, moving over to girls lacrosse, Ariel Stein has been leading by example. 13-10 win against Central Regional, 4 goals in that game, and she's been off to a smoking hot start.
Yeah, she, like you said, she's been off to a blistering start, scoring over 30 goals, and that's 4 goals a game.
Yeah, and it was really interesting looking at her previewing girls lacrosse. Last year, as a freshman, me and Zaretsky, we talked about her all the time. She had led the team in goals, led the team in points, nearly 60 goals, or actually over 60 goals. But what do we always say in sports? a rookie or a freshman, when they come in, they have a successful first year. The second year is always really tough. There's a phrase for it, the sophomore slump. She has done everything the opposite of slumping. How is that?
Well, I really think she came into this season with the same attitude as last season. Go out there, play the game that she loves, and it's really important that she does that because she's only a sophomore. We still have her junior and senior year.
And moving over from girls lacrosse to baseball, baseball's starting to stack some wins together, Tyler.
Yeah, they beat Bishop Fenwich 4-1, Manalapan 10-5, and Marlboro 4-2.
And you know, it's interesting. They kind of got off to a rough start. 1-5 in their first 6 games. But if you look deeper into those games, Tyler, 3 of those games were one-run games. So even if you win or lose them, what do you think it does to see baseball get into a couple of close games? Can they use that for states, or is just Russo just overthinking everything?
No, when you have those 1 to 2 game losses, it does hurt, but it shows that you can compete with these teams. And if we fix up those little stuff that's making us lose those games, I think we have a really good baseball team on our hands.
And speaking of really good teams, the surprise of the spring season so far has been softball. They have been remarkable this year. And you look at a big win, 14-10 against Shore. Tony Lynn Gassett, big game, 5 RBIs.
Yeah, and I think the main problem with them last year was they weren't getting production from 1 to 9. You mentioned Tony Lingaset, 5 RBIs. I think that's the main difference from last year to this year. We're getting production from 1 to 9.
Yeah, and you look at the record supports it. Look at last year, their record against Shore, 1-11 in Shore play. This year, they're all, 1/3 of the way through the year? They already have 5 times more of that than they did last year when playing a full year. So the records really support that, and it's been an amazing turnaround. Speaking of amazing things, Manalapan Bravecast pulled off another incredible hype reel. Everyone, we know we've been looking forward to this, and my main man Tyler's in it. The BOTC hype reel, so we'll send it right over to that.
Hello, Manalapan! I have only one question for you tonight.
good, baby. 4 years in the making. Let's go. It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. Let's go. We're the dream team, baby.
Hey Braves, Kira Sullivan here to report your weekend weather. Starting with today, we'll see partly cloudy skies with highs around 80 degrees. Make sure to live up the nice weather today because on Saturday you can expect thunderstorms with highs at 77 degrees. To wrap up the weekend, on Sunday, you will see sunny skies with a high of 70 degrees. And now Braves, Mr. Curry and Julia Gallagher had the chance to film our monthly Walk and Talk Culture Respect segment.
back on everything we've accomplished this year, how do you think the culture of respect has helped shape the school's growth both inside and outside the classroom?
Great question, Julia. So really what it comes down to is building relationships, right? And setting the expectations of respect inside the classroom. And I just observed a class this week, and I could be honest, what I saw really put a smile on my face because the teacher set the tone for what the expectations were in that classroom. And the students followed suit. And the respect for the teacher, for the students, and among students was fantastic. And that's really where it starts. And they were actually talking about diversity and celebrating the diversity of each student and what they represent. And the way the students conducted themselves couldn't make me any prouder. So that's what's taking place inside every classroom here. Outside the classroom, we want those things taking place in between classes, during unit lunch, after school, before school as well. But something else I want to talk about outside the classroom is the immense pride that we take in our building. And I'm sure you came back from spring break and you saw that there were a lot of projects that took place in this building. So our custodial staff did a great job. I was stopping by every single day during spring break, just checking out the projects. And I can't be more proud of what's taking place inside the classroom, outside the classroom. Our building is 53 years old, and when you walk in, you could eat off of these floors, right? So we're so impressed with what's going on because our facility is something we take a lot of pride in because this is your home away from home. It's your second home. We want you to feel that way, and we want you to take the pride in Manalapan High School. So that's what's taking place inside the classroom, outside the classroom, that really makes me proud about what's taking place with the culture of respect here. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Curry, for joining us on Wednesday for the Walk and Talk, and now live in the studio to discuss the end of the year for our seniors.
I'm excited to be here, Jenny. Thanks for having me.
For my first question, do you have any advice for our Braves who are battling senioritis?
Absolutely. So seniors, it's not how you start, it's how you finish your educational career. And the irony behind that is that in 4 short months from now, the seniors that are going to go to college or to a trade school are going to pay tens of thousands of dollars for the same education our teachers are trying to provide on a daily basis. So just seniors, maximize your last marking period, your educational experience. Ask questions, be curious, and better yourself because we have talented and knowledgeable staff in this building. So utilize those resources. I implore seniors to utilize your staff for the last marking period.
I totally agree. Thanks. And how can our seniors maximize the last 2 months of their high school experience?
The most important thing, and it's difficult for a 17 and 18-year-old kid to understand this, is don't take one day for granted because 2 months from today is graduation. And that's exciting, and I know it's nerve-wracking for some seniors as well, but maximize every single day that you have because time goes extremely fast. And in 2 months from today, you're going to close a very big chapter in your life. And when you close that chapter, you can't get it back. Right? So as I said, time goes fast, but take advantage of everything that you have in front of you for those last 2 months. You're going to have a lot of chapters in your life, but when you maximize them, you could look back years from now fondly on the experiences that you had.
Of course, I totally agree. Thanks. And for my last question, what are you most looking forward to for the end of the school year?
So, believe it or not, I'm really excited about NJSLA and AP testing coming up because I know that the students and staff have worked so hard and they're prepared and they're ready. So I'm excited to see the results of that testing when that comes out. I'm also excited just about the celebratory events that are ahead, whether it's junior prom, senior week, and culminating with graduation. So that's something I'm really excited about to celebrate our students.
I totally agree.
Thanks, Jenny.
Well, thank you, Mr. Curry, for joining us for another live interview.
Thank you for having me, Jenny. Appreciate it.
Of course. That's all for today, Braves. It's a B-Day, so make the most of it. Have an awesome weekend, Braves, and we'll catch you next week on your Manalapan Bravecast.